You are told longevity is about adding good habits. I'm here to tell you that's only half the story. Genetics loads the gun, but your daily lifestyle pulls the trigger. We accept smoking as a clear threat, robbing a smoker of 10 years of life on average. That is the obvious killer. But what if I told you four other normalized, seemingly harmless habits are actively subtracting decades of healthy, independent living from your life right now? These are the silent killers that don't make headlines. They don't feel like a vice, yet they are systematically sabotaging your health span. I am Dr. Elijah Winter, a longevity and cellular health specialist. My focus is on hard evidence and challenging the wellness myths you've been sold. Today, we are not primarily talking about adding years to your life. We are talking about defending the years you already have. We are mastering the brutal art of not dying early. I will reveal the four silent killers, their exact cellular cost, and the simple 5-minute defense you must implement immediately. Stay with me for the critical truth. Part 1. The Four Silent Killers. Our core mission begins with recognition. The most dangerous threats are the ones disguised as routine. They are the habits you feel are necessary or unavoidable. But the science is clear. These four killers are actively eroding your biological resilience. Number 1. The sitting killer. Our first killer is the one many of you are engaging in right now. It is the chair you are sitting in. We call it the sitting killer. You walk for 30 minutes every morning and think you're covered. You are being deeply misled. A meta-analysis published in the BMJ Open shockingly concluded that sitting for more than 3 hours a day can cut 2 full years off your lifespan. Let that sink in. 2 years, gone, simply from sitting too long. This risk is independent of your morning exercise routine. It operates at the microscopic cellular level. The sheer inactivity dramatically slows the activity of an essential enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, or LPL. LPL is crucial for breaking down fats and regulating cholesterol. When it slows down, it promotes dangerous insulin resistance, one of the primary drivers of metabolic aging. But the real tragedy is the direct impact on your telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps on your chromosomes. They shorten every time your cells divide, which is the definition of biological aging. Chronic, prolonged sitting accelerates this telomere shortening process. This is not a theory. It is physically speeding up your biological clock without you realizing it. You are literally aging faster every hour you remain glued to your seat. If you've been fooled into believing your short burst of daily exercise is enough to counteract 8 or 10 hours of stillness, you need to recalibrate your entire day immediately. The data is cold. You need at least 60 to 75 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity just to negate the mortality risk of excessive sitting. The long-term solution is sustained movement. The immediate defense is micro-movement. The World Health Organization recommends a simple 5-minute break for every 30 minutes of sitting. Stand up, stretch, walk to get water, just move. Do not let your chair become a co-conspirator in your premature decline. Number 2. The cortisol killer. The second silent killer is the most pervasive, yet the most normalized. It's the constant low-grade humming of anxiety and worry in the background of your life. It is chronic stress, the cortisol killer. We live in a culture that rewards being busy and validates perpetual worry. You wear stress like a badge of honor, but your body is paying for it in accelerated aging. Stress is not just an emotional state. It is a sustained damaging flood of cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Sustained high cortisol causes systemic, chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This constant inflammatory cascade involves the release of destructive molecules called cytokines. These cytokines are the silent assassins, driving the root causes of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and neurodegeneration. For those over 55, the damage is concentrated directly on the brain. Chronic stress physically shrinks the volume of your hippocampus. This is the region of the brain critical for memory formation and emotional regulation. The result is a direct, quantifiable link between chronic anxiety and an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. The research is stark. Failure to manage chronic stress is associated with a 20% increased risk of all-cause mortality, according to the American Society for Nutrition. Worst of all, excessive worry about your health or your longevity ironically accelerates the very aging process you're trying to fight. Chronic worry has been demonstrated to age your cells up to 4 times faster than your baseline. The immediate antidote is not resignation. It is a tactical, 2-minute reset. When you feel that familiar tightness, that low hum of anxiety, you must physically interrupt the cortisol spike. Use box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Repeat for 120 seconds. This simple, immediate action reclaims control from the cortisol killer and sends a clear message to your immune system. The threat is over. Number 3. The isolation killer. Now for a killer that has no calorie count and requires no physical activity, but is equally devastating. The third threat to your health span is social isolation, the isolation killer. In this era of unprecedented digital connection, loneliness has become a silent epidemic. It feels like a merely social or emotional problem, but science proves it is a physical disease. A landmark analysis from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences delivered a truly shocking finding. Lack of strong social connection is a mortality risk factor comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about the weight of that comparison. It is ranked on par with clinical obesity and daily air pollution exposure as a threat to your life. When you feel isolated, your body perceives it as a genuine, primal survival threat. It triggers a prolonged activation of the sympathetic nervous system, the primal fight-or-flight response. This sustained state of hypervigilance keeps your blood pressure elevated and compromises your immune system's ability to fight off disease. The physical damage is irrefutable and cardiovascular. Loneliness has been linked to a 29% increased risk of heart disease. It is literally straining your cardiovascular system month after month. The key here is not forced socializing or superficial networking. It's the quality of the connection. As the late expert Arthur Brooks wisely pointed out, we need real friends, not deal friends. You need relationships where you can authentically offer and receive emotional support. Committing to one single weekly connection with a trusted friend, neighbor, or family member is a biological imperative, not just a social nicety. It is a proven longevity shield that your body demands. Number 4. The ultra-processed trap. The final silent assassin is perfectly disguised and found in the aisles of every supermarket. It's not just the obvious fast food meal, it's the ultra-processed trap. I'm talking about packaged breads, breakfast cereals, instant oatmeal, and those so-called protein or granola bars that are nothing more than sugar and chemicals masquerading as health food. These are ultra-processed foods, or UPFs. They are scientifically formulated to be hyperpalatable, to intentionally override your body's natural satiety signals and make you want more. A staggering study published in the prestigious BMJ revealed a terrifying statistic. A mere 10% increase in UPF consumption is associated with a 14% increase in the risk of all-cause mortality. The core problem is the hidden load of inflammatory ingredients. We are talking about industrial seed oils high in omega-6, cheap fillers, high fructose corn syrup, and excessive sodium. These components trigger chronic low-grade systemic inflammation in your body. This inflammation is the undisputed engine of all aging-related diseases, from atherosclerosis to Alzheimer's. UPFs actively inflame your arteries and compromise your gut-brain axis, leading to poor mood regulation and cognitive decline. They don't just add weight, they accelerate aging from the inside out by damaging the cellular lining of your digestive system and introducing toxins. The solution is not a restrictive diet, which is usually unsustainable and prone to failure. The solution is a relentless and daily focus on whole foods. Prioritize foods with one ingredient: an apple, an egg, a handful of almonds, a bowl of lentil soup. Shift your mindset from dieting and deprivation to defending your cells and fueling your body's longevity mechanisms. You must become a fanatic about reading every label and rejecting the ultra-processed trap. Part 2. The 4 Longevity Shields and Call to Action. So, we have identified the 4 powerful forces actively shrinking your health span: the sitting killer, the cortisol killer, the isolation killer, and the ultra-processed trap. They are insidious because they are passive. They are normalized because they are convenient. But for every silent killer, there is a simple, powerful longevity shield you can raise today. The counter habits are the opposite of the killers. They are micro-movement, not just exhaustive exercise; authentic connection, not just forced socializing; quality sleep, not just duration; and whole food nutrition, not just dieting. These 4 are your defense mechanism against premature aging. They are the non-negotiable foundations of a long and vibrant life. We have talked extensively about the sitting killer and the absolute need to move every 30 minutes. If the quantifiable cost of sitting shocked you, you need the tactical plan to combat it immediately. Click the link in the description for our next video. The 5-minute anti-sitting micro-workout you can do at your desk. This next video gives you the exact blueprint to interrupt that 2-year loss of lifespan. Let this be your central urgent takeaway today. Longevity is not a game of adding supplements or searching for secret hacks. It is a brutal, strategic defense against the 4 silent, normalized habits that are actively subtracting years from your life right now. The true secret to a long life is mastering the art of not dying early. Your power lies in recognizing the enemy disguised as routine and taking immediate decisive action. Protect your telomeres, guard your hippocampus, defend your arteries, and fiercely shield your immune system. Now, it's time to commit to action. Which of these 4 silent killers surprised you the most, and what is the one single 5-minute daily change you will commit to starting tomorrow? Share your commitment in the comments below. This conversation is vital for the entire community. I am Dr. Elijah Winter, and I'm here to help you defend your health span. Until next time, be vigilant and move with purpose. Disclaimer: this content is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition.